Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Season 11, Episode 7, overall of 557 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Automall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles, along with their great selection of all-electric vehicles and Cadillac vehicles as well. You can call the dealership at I sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. Again, Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership is the proud sponsor of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. I hope everyone is doing well on this. I can't believe it's already Saturday, July 5th, 2025. I don't even know what happened to the month of June. And I'm really excited to have this guest on today. She's a friend of mine, friend of the show, and she does a great job as the program coordinator for the Buffalo Bandettes, the dance team of the National Lacrosse League's three-time back-to-back world champion Buffalo Bandits, Lauren Harvey. And we're going to talk to her a little bit about the Bandits, but also about the Bandettes and the season they have as well. Good morning, Lauren. How are you?
I'm doing well, Chris. How are you?
I am doing good. And this week it was my birthday, Canada Day, and then yesterday it was your 4th of July holiday in the States. How did it go?
Oh, it was a nice time. We had some good quality time with friends and family yesterday and got to spend some time outside in the pool and plan to do that again today. But I just want to say happy birthday to you. And I didn't realize you're already at over 500 shows. So that's major. Congratulations. That's a big kudos to you.
Well, thank you. And I have 2 other shows on top of it. And it's a passion of mine, just like being a dancer. And then the program coordinator is a passion of yours as well.
Yes, I'm very fortunate to have been with this team since 2011. So whatever that math may be, 14 years.
14 years. That's impressive.
Yeah, and I just absolutely love it. And I just can't get over the success that the team's had the past few years. It's been an absolute dream to be part of.
They're making up for the Bills and the Sabres.
Hey, there's always hope for next year, right?
Absolutely. And you know what? It's not easy to win a championship. Like, I'm an Eagles fan and we won a Super Bowl last year, but it's going to be hard to repeat. And what the Bandits did, whatever pro sport you're in, it's very special.
Yes, it's very special. And it was really exciting to see some of the dancers who used to be on the Philadelphia Wings dance team. They are part of the Eagles cheer team. And it was cool to see them and their journey with being part of the Super Bowl win.
I did not know that. And that's what I love about this show. I learn something new all the time.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for them.
Absolutely. As for the 4th of July, what's your favorite part of that holiday? Is it the swimming pool, being with friends, or the barbecue food?
I love food. So food will always be a great answer. But no, I just really love being adults, it's hard to let our schedules clear and find time to get everyone together. So it was really nice just being able to spend some time with our friends and loved ones yesterday. Our dog was able to come with us too, and just spend some really nice quality time together because it's just hard to come by these days. Everyone's so busy.
How's your dog Romeo doing?
He's good. He does not like the 4th of July in terms of fireworks. So
most dogs don't.
Yeah, he's been an anxious one. So today he's actually been sleeping really well because he was so anxious yesterday, the poor thing. But no, he loves running around outside. It's just once it starts to get a little darker, we bring him in and try and keep him busy and occupied. But thanks for asking.
Hey, Lauren, I'll be walking dogs this afternoon. I volunteer at a local humane society twice a week, so I'll make sure I walk some dogs today. But because it's so hot, I make sure I keep the walks to about 10 minutes, because if it's hot for us, it's hot for them too.
Absolutely. And plus their little paws on the hot concrete. I feel bad sometimes. So I'm like, you can come inside. We have just the window units. Our house is not air conditioned. Like we'll put the window units in, we'll turn the fans on, we'll drown out the scary noises outside and try and keep it as cool and comfortable as we can. But that's awesome that you do that with the Humane Society. Those dogs need some love too. So
I've always believed in volunteer work and giving back to my community, and I see the Buffalo Bandits and the Bandettes do a great job too with your community giving back.
yeah, we really try to find new connections every year, but we're very fortunate that a lot of people in our community have been reaching out to us the last several seasons. My beginning years on the team, it was sometimes just finding those connections through us and our involvement. And now it's nice that I get emails weekly, sometimes daily, of can you come and do this? Can you be part of this event? And it's really nice just being able to meet different people and get involved with different organizations and be able to help out as much as we can.
Lauren, how many requests would you say you get per year for community events for the Bandettes?
That's a great question. I would say between 75 and 100. And it's hard
Wow.
because we can't physically meet all of them. There's only 12 Bandettes on the team and their schedules are only available for a certain amount of time. So when we are able to get out and do as much as we do, I'm very impressed and proud of the work that the team puts in.
For those people that might be interested in getting Bandettes to come out to an event, what are some of the criteria?
The first criteria is, well, first just reach out to me. Our email is bandettes, that's plural, BANDETTES @bandits.com, and have as much information as you can. So the day of the event, the time of the event, we typically do a 1.5 to 2 hour window of time. And then what you would want the Bandettes to do. The more that they can get involved and be able to be of a help versus just standing there and smiling, that we like that a little bit more because we feel like we were able to help out with that organization even more.
I have a viewer watching, and he's from Buffalo, and he has his own podcast show. He's a friend of mine. His name's Robbie Schneider. He just wanted to say hello to myself and you, and he's a huge Buffalo Bandits fan too.
Hi, Robbie.
He's a really good guy, and he loves the Bandits as well. And how much has this team grown over the years since you started as a member of the Bandettes and now being the program coordinator in the 14 years you've been with the organization?
We've grown a lot. It's been a very exciting journey to be part of. And I love where we started when I was on the team as a rookie up until when I was captain. And I thought we were doing great things then. So it's nice to know. I think part of it is social media, being able to expand our reach even a little bit more. And of course, the success of the Bandits wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. And being able to be on shows like yours has really helped us continue to grow and to reach. And I think the real numbers come from our involvement in those community events, but also with our junior Bandettes programs and the different other initiatives that we've been able to start. Juniors, when I took over in 2017 as the program coordinator, we probably had 50 to 75 kids in only one program. And now we run 2 programs with a little over 100 kids each. So we've really grown from that 50 to 75 to over 200. So I think that's really where the work shows that we've really been making an impact and trying to reach that next generation.
I was going to save this question for later, but since we were talking about it, can you tell us about some of your upcoming Buffalo Bandettes dance workshops this summer, and how can people contact you? The best way of getting a hold of you.
That email is still the best way if you have any questions, but we also have a Facebook, X or Twitter. We have Instagram, TikTok, and I believe those are the 4. Yes, those are the 4 that we're on. And then we have 5 different programs coming up coming up this summer. August 2nd, we're doing a summer junior Bandettes program, and this is the first time we're holding a summer session. So we're excited to see how that goes. We're breaking it up into 3 age groups, ranging from 6 years old as the youngest to 17 as the oldest. Our youngest program is sold out right now, but we still have some openings for 10 to 12-year-olds and 13 to 17-year-olds. The day after that, on August 3rd, we are having, I'm so sorry, I have that flip-flopped. Juniors is August 3rd. August 2nd, we're doing a spirit summit for college students anyone that's interested can come to it, but we're targeting it towards those college students who are maybe part of their college dance team and they have that commitment to that, but they're still interested in training with and learning from us. So we started that last summer and we thought it was a great hit. So we're excited to bring that one back. And then they can take that feedback into their collegiate season. And then August 24th and September 7th, we're having prep classes for our auditions for next season.
So there's really no real off season for the Buffalo Bandettes.
No, they work really hard. We start typically with auditions in September, and then our practices begin in October, and our practices continue all the way through the end of the Bandit season. And then, of course, if it's something like this year or the past 3 years, then we have the Bison's game that celebrates lacrosse night in the ballpark. They have the rally or the big parades that we're involved with, and then our summer community events. So July is kind of our slower month of the whole year, but there really is no break, which we only have this for a short amount of time, so we might as well take advantage of it while we can.
Absolutely. With your workshops, on average, how long is a workshop?
They're typically about 2 hours. So the Spirit Summit and the prep classes will all be 2 hours in length. The juniors, we're keeping it to an hour and a half just because we're not prepping for a performance. It's just a class for them to come and learn and make new friends.
Now, when you have rehearsal tryouts in September, generally, is it how many people do you look like? I'm going to reward this. On average, you have 12 members on your squad, but during the off season, do you have a lot that leave the Bandettes, or is it usually maybe one or two, and that's about it?
It kind of varies from season to season and what's going on in their own lives. I know last year we had 4 who left, 2 of which were on the team for several years and decided, I feel like I made my mark. 1 moved out of the state. 1 was going for her master's. I think she finally finished it, so I'm very proud of her. And then we had 1 who was commuting to and from Rochester. So she was like, I had my time. I want to pass the torch to someone else. And then we had someone who got married and bought a house and wanted to enjoy that life. So we were excited for all 4 of them. This year, I know 1 for sure is not coming back, and she has shared that publicly, but she's been on the team for several years and same thing, wants to give the opportunity to someone else. So we'll see how many spots we have, but all 12 do need to re-audition every season. So even if 11 come back, it doesn't mean that all 11 are guaranteed a spot.
For those people watching this or listening to this, and someone out there is interested in trying out for the Bandettes, I guess email is the best way of contacting you. And what else do they need to have to apply to be a Bandit?
For the Bandettes, we will be sharing that information in a few more weeks about how to register for auditions. But typically, it's a resume and a headshot that needs to be submitted. And then that resume kind of talks about your dance background. Obviously, if you want to include some work background, you can share that too, because we'd like to see what other interests you may have. And see if we can apply that into our season too. So you can show a little bit more than just your dance side, but your brains side too, and what you can bring to the team. And then of course, we want to know a little bit more about you during that audition process. So yes, we want to see your dance skills. We want to see that you can kick, that you can leap, and that you can turn, and that you have a great personality. But we also want to see how you are with holding a conversation. So there's an interview portion as well.
Obviously, the dancing ability is important, but also I'm assuming good character too, and willing to be in a team, because it is a team effort to be successful.
Yes, the team is the most important part to me. You could be the best dancer in the world, but if you can't show that you can be a team player, or you can't hold a conversation, you're probably not the best fit for this team. I want to make sure it's a core group of 12 young women who can engage and work with one another very well, so that no egos are involved.
Any plans in the future to expand the squad?
As of right now, no. I really like the 12. Financially, it makes the most sense to give them more opportunities for maybe another uniform piece during the year or a new set of pom-poms. And it kind of helps us spread their skill set a little bit more. So I'm trying to get them involved as much as they can with those 12, maybe leading one of the workshops in the summer or teaching a dance during the year. So the more we add to that, the less opportunities it gives for the 12 that are on the team.
I don't remember if I asked you this the last time you came on my show, by the way. It was December 17th, 2022, and the bands have been pretty successful since we last had you on the show. how much does the Bandits help with the Bandettes, and when did they start up this dance team?
The Bandits are a great support. They're always trying to find new ways, especially in the past couple of years, of getting us involved in game days or even including us in a couple promos, having us at the trophy ceremonies at the casino after the wins, or even during the season when they have the players come out and sign autographs. They include us. So it's nice that they try to include us in as many different things as they can. You asked another question in there. I'm trying to remember what it was.
What year did the Bandettes start off
What
as a
year did
dance
we
team?
start? Thank you. We started back in the early 2000s, like 2001, and there was a team, but it was a lot of the Jills that were performing at Bandits games. And I believe it was 2003 that the Bandettes became their own entity. So they had their own auditions and were a separate team from the Jills.
How much has dancing evolved over the years? Obviously, I grew up in the 70s and 80s and 90s. It was cheerleaders, but now it's the dance team. It's just like the Argonauts. They have the Argonauts A team, and it's actually women and men doing it, and it's amazing how it's evolved over the years.
Yeah, even from when I was on the team to now, the things that are being taught to dancers as they're growing up in studios has just evolved tremendously. And I really do think part of that is because social media, you can see what's happening in other parts of the country or in other studios versus like when I was growing up, we really didn't have that. So you only saw what was maybe at your studio in other studios in your hometown. So I think because of that, it's really expanded what people can do, and encouraged people to maybe learn a little bit more and try new things that maybe we wouldn't have known existed before. So it's fun seeing the new tricks and stuff. I will say that even if someone has a trick, it's great. It's not required to be on our team. I know we get that question a lot too, leaning into auditions. Do I need to be able to flip? Do I need to be able to do this or that? And the answer is no. As long as you have that solid technique and foundation, that's what we care about.
What makes a good dancer nowadays?
A good dancer nowadays, I mean, that's subjective to the person that you're talking to. But in regards to our team, I feel like it's that balance of technique, making sure that when you're getting ready to do a turn, that your toe is pointed forward. When you're doing the turn, that you're keeping that knee strong and your arms supported. When you're doing leaps, that your arms aren't flying everywhere, that you have that nice control. But also on the other side of it, especially in Bandit Land, we have a 360 arena. So being able to have that personality and that performance for people who are all around you, not just in front of you, like you would be on a stage at a dance recital or a competition, that full, well-rounded performer is something that I really look for.
I'm going to put you on the spot with this next question. What were some of your most memorable moments this season from the Bandits and being the program coordinator for the Buffalo Bandettes?
I, of course, have to say the championship. I was floored the first time that we had it. I was excited the second time we had it. And then I was just in disbelief that we were able to do it a third time. So that's just been a very, very special thing to be a part of. Besides that, I would say in terms of our own team, and I'm probably going to leave a couple things out. But I love that I had people step up and try new things this year. I had two captains who were never captains before, and they did a wonderful job this season. I had dancers from the team who choreographed their first routine and were able to see that be performed in front of sold out arenas all throughout the season. And then it was really special for me that this was the first time that one of my actual students that I have been part of training at the dance studio auditioned and made the team. So I've had students audition before who I unfortunately had to cut, and that was really hard because you love the people that you grow up
Yeah,
with and
yeah.
and that you're part of their journey. But this is the first time that someone actually made the team. So that was very special to me.
What would you say to those people who have tried out and have been turned down? What advice would you give to them? What advice would you give to them?
That was me once. The first year I auditioned for the team, I did not make the cut, and it was hard. It was very hard, and I was with someone who I grew up dancing with who auditioned for the team, and she made it that year and I didn't, and we drove together. And that was not a fun feeling, especially being back at the dance studio and people were asking her about the games, and I knew I didn't make it, but I could have let that defeat me and be like, I'm just not good enough. But instead, I was like, no, I'm going to go back. I'm going to train extra hard. I'm going to take the feedback that they gave me and I'm going to apply it. And then I made it that next year. So if it is something that you really care about, regardless if it's my team, another team, or any job moving forward, don't take that as a no for forever, but as a, it's just not your time right now. And there's other opportunities waiting for you.
How valuable was that setback? Because I don't use the word failure. I think sometimes when you get turned down, people look at it as a failure. I look at it as a learning experience and use it to fuel my motivation.
Yeah, absolutely. I also am a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. I have received many no's in my dance career, but I've had a lot of yeses, and I've been very fortunate with that too. And even with applying for the coordinator job, I'm like, I don't have experience managing a team, but I know what this team can do and I have a vision for it. And if they told me no, then I'd be like, okay, maybe I can try this with something else. And then they gave me that yes. And even in this position, I've had a lot of setbacks where I'm like, oh, that didn't go as planned. But it doesn't mean I'm a bad coach. It's just that I can learn from that. I can grow from it. I can make the team better because of it. And yeah, so it was a great learning opportunity. Those no's could lead to a huge yes down the line.
And I'm seeing that in the radio media industry. I've had a lot of success, but I've also had a lot of no's and temporary setbacks. And when I first started doing the lacrosse a few years ago, I actually applied to another lacrosse team and they turned me down. They actually ghosted me. I don't want to name them. And I reached out to Scott Loffer and the Buffalo Bandits and John Gerkler, and they took me in, and I am forever grateful for the Buffalo Bandits because I didn't go to school for broadcast media, and I've been doing my schooling through a number of pro sports teams, and the Buffalo Bandits took me under the wing back in 2022.
Yeah, I really feel that the Bandits are great at giving people chances and really seeing potential in people. And I just give them a lot of credit and kudos for that.
As for the Bandettes, how satisfying is it to see the team start early in the season and then see the gradual improvement over the season, especially with the new members?
It's so exciting. I love seeing the rookies step out on the turf for the first time because it is so different. It's a different feeling in your, because a lot of us grew up dancing on wood floors or marley floors. So being dancing on a turf is very different in the first place. And just seeing that growth of the nerves from game one to then the excitement and the, I don't want to say comfort because we shouldn't ever feel comfortable. We always want to keep getting better. Um, but I think because that they feel a little bit more comfortable with each other in the environment, it makes their performance get that much stronger. So we even watch videos back from the first time they perform something to the last time they perform it. And I give tips and feedback on things that they improved on and things that they can still work on to keep making those performances better. And when we really hit something really, really strong, we have that excitement going back into our dressing room.
Lauren, can you just tell us about your full-time job in marketing and how do you manage to balance both during the Bandette season?
I work full-time in marketing and membership for a chamber of commerce in our community. And then I also teach at 2 dance studios on top of Bandettes. So it's a balance for sure, but it's something I've been doing really since I was a kid. I was in school full time and then I'd go train at the dance studio all night. So it's something that I was very used to and already kind of had a balance of being able to juggle that crazy schedule. I will say it now that I'm married too, and we have a dog. I've been trying to cut back a little bit on some hours here and there. But I am very grateful that even in my full-time job that they understand that there are going to be some Bandits games there on a Friday, or we have an event here and there that I'm committed to. And it's nice finding those groups that are willing to work with you and support you and are excited for you.
And I imagine with a lot of the Bandettes, they're either in school full-time or they have other jobs, other commitments.
Yes. So we have a few who are in school. One graduated this season, Miranda. So we're very excited for her. And I think she just got her first big girl job as well. We have several who have full-time jobs, and a lot of them are in the medical or educational field, or even health and wellness. So it's really cool seeing them find ways to integrate what they're doing with our team into their everyday lives as well.
Lauren, how would you describe yourself as a teacher and a coach?
I would describe myself as relatively mellow because I don't like high stress scenarios. I don't like high stress, like constantly yelling at people and nagging at people, but I do have expectations. So if there's someone who's not making a correction, I make sure I still say, hey, you need to make sure you're doing this or you're doing that. You're pointing your foot. You need to stretch your leg, have better arms. But I'm also a human. So I want to make sure people know that they're also human and it's okay to make those mistakes as long as you're going to grow from them and learn from them. I also like to make sure that people feel like they can come to me with things. So I try to, if I see that someone's struggling, I'll try and pull them aside and have that conversation with them so they have more comfortability to make those mistakes in the classroom. Because as long as they're making them there and at practice, it's only going to make their performance that much stronger because they fixed that and can feel more confident going out for their performance.
Whatever career you're in or profession, you do make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, but
Absolutely.
the only way you get better as a professional, whatever you do, is to learn from your mistakes and that experience.
Absolutely. And even when I'm teaching, especially I had 6 to 8-year-olds for a few classes this year. And a lot of them like to say, I can't. And I'm like, no, there's no I can't in my classroom. And they're like, why? I'm like, because if you're saying I can't, it means you're not even trying. So if you say, I'm unable to do it right now, but I'm going to keep practicing, I'd rather hear you say that and then fall out of it again, but know that you made that mistake and know what you need to do to fix it, than just say, I can't. And you're giving up on yourself. So don't say I can't. Just say, I'm trying, I'm working on it, and keep improving.
Mindset.
Yes.
Lauren, I'm going to put you on the spot with this question. Any plans for a future book about being in dance teams and coaching and being the program coordinator for the Bandettes?
I've never really thought of one, but I do have a dream of writing a longer book. I wrote a children's book a few years ago about a girl taking her first ballet class, and I had such a great time with that. So, maybe someday.
I already asked a few other questions. This one I want to play. And also, after this question, Lauren, I do have a video. I know it's from 2 years ago, but it was on WIVB channel 4 in Buffalo, and it was just behind the scenes of a bandette. I think her name was Chelsea, and I thought it was a little great video clip to show on here this morning.
Oh, sure.
Before we get to that video, can you just tell us about earning your coaching credential and being a member of the National Dance Coaches Association, as well as the Dance Safety and Risk Management credential? How important that is to have.
Yeah, of course. So as I mentioned earlier, when I took over as the program coordinator, I didn't really have any management experience other than just teaching dance at the dance studio. So I have made it a mission of mine since taking this role to just continuing to become better and learn new skill sets. So I joined the National Dance Coaches Association, and it's more geared towards like a high school or collegiate level program. But I'm like, if anything, I'm still going to learn from it from other coaches who are in a similar field. And yes, they have a dance safety and risk management. So I took that, and it talks a lot about injuries and if someone were to get hurt, the right procedures, what you can do right off the bat, how you should follow up, and then the coaching credential as well. So just kind of doing the full gambit of being a coach. They're both wonderful and super educational. And I joined them too on the marketing side, and I've been helping them a little bit with their marketing committee. So it's been a fun organization to be part of and to get involved with. And I hope to continue to even work with them, maybe even if I'm not a coach someday, and to just continue to work with that program.
Lauren, I don't think I asked you this before the last time, but let's say a member does, God forbid, gets injured or has some kind of commitment they can't get out of. Do you have a backup squad where you have 1 or 2 people in the back waiting?
We do not. So
Okay.
it's just those 12. And we have had that where someone gets injured on the field during practice, or they get injured during the week. And sometimes it's the day of. And that's happened where it's just like someone gets hurt. What do we do? So typically I kind of go with the person who's injured, and then my captains jump in and restructure the routines. And sometimes we just say, all right, let's run it 2 more times before you go out. We normally just run it once before they go out, but we'll say we're going to run it a few more times, make sure everyone's ready at this time on the clock, and we'll get it as in our bodies as we can. It always is a little bit of a nerve-wracking experience, but again, that's where I try and keep things calm. It's like, it's okay. And if a mistake happens, it's fine. what matters most is if that person's okay at the end of the day. If you make one little mistake, people might not even notice it. What matters is if they're okay and they're going to heal all right.
In football, the quarterback sometimes calls the play audible. I guess with being a program coordinator too, sometimes you have to call an audible as well.
Yeah, and it happens with anything in life. It could be that you have a big project due at school and your classmate is sick and they're not going to be able to present with you. What are you going to do? It could be at work and your technology fails. Do you have a backup plan if that happens, that you can still get the presentation across? So it's just being able to find those people, again, that teamwork quality that I look for when I find that 12, that they're going to be able to work together and communicate with each other and get the work done when something goes awry.
Also, how invaluable is the mascot Rex with the dance team? Because I always, when I see Rex, I see you guys, and you guys seem to work well together.
Yes, we love Rex. He is quite the raccoon. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog barking in the background.
That's okay. Dogs are good.
But yeah, Rex, he's great. He has so much energy. He's so playful and fun. And this raccoon in particular can dance. So it's really been fun to incorporate him in our routines the last few years, and they seem to be a fan favorite.
Hey, Lauren, do you have a few more minutes? I just wanted to play a bit of the video and maybe ask you one or two more questions, and then we'll wrap it up so you can get in that swimming pool. And I might have to drive over from Ontario.
Yeah, go for it.
Please let me know if you can hear the clip. This clip is courtesy of WIVB Channel 4 in Buffalo, and it's basically daytime Buffalo, day in the life of a bandette. And I thought it was a nice little piece to share on our show this morning, Lauren.
Sure.
Just let me know if you can hear the audio okay.
Okay.
Good lighting is the trick. Gotta get the good lighting. My coach gives us freedom to kind of do our makeup how we want. We just, I am a rookie to this team, but I have been dancing for a long time on stages. I danced in college, obviously. So the key is that you have to kind of go big, because you're an itty bitty person on a really big field and you want the people in the 300s to be able to see you. Game days are extremely long days. I never plan anything to do beforehand just because it takes so much mental preparation. The other Bandettes and I are literally talking all day long in our text group chat and our Snapchats, just literally taking all day to get ready for the game. We always got there at 4:15, get a little time to get into the locker room, start stretching, and get ready for field practice, which is where we get to go on the field, do all of our dances on the field. And that's just like our time to get everything out that we need, because dancing in the studio is so different than dancing on the fields, even like the way it feels, the turf and everything. So practicing our tricks, practicing the motions, and making sure that we stand in the right spots, because actually dancing on a field is so different, especially because there are eyes in every direction. So we want to make sure that whether you're standing in front of us, behind us, to the side of us, above us, you can see everything. So we do our dances according to that. And that's during field practice is our time to make sure that everything works out. We all feel good. And the music's going to sound good, right, too, because it's different when it's in such a big space. I originally joined the team because I basically had just moved to Buffalo and I wanted to make some new friends and I miss dancing. That's all she wrote.
So right now we are about to go have our field practice, which is very, very important because this is our time to make sure all of our spacing is right and all of us are in the right spots. The music sounds good with the DJ. We can tell him if we need it louder or lighter and work out all our tricks. Field also feels very different, so this is the time to work out all the kinks.
So we're about to go upstairs. This is an unusual night for Bandettes, but I'm really excited as a rookie. I haven't done this before. Explain to the viewers what we're doing.
So for this game, it's Tucker Out Lymphoma Night, which means all of the game is dedicated to a boy named Tucker who passed away several years ago from pediatric cancer. So we are about to go sell lacrosse balls, and all the money that we raise is going to go to pediatric cancer research and families in need in the community.
This is a lot of fun. The Bandettes get involved. All of the lacrosse balls have an autograph from a player, right?
Yes, player, and sometimes it could be a coach, and sometimes it's the entire team that signs the ball. So you never know what you're going to get.
Okay, so this should be really fun.
That clip was courtesy of WIVB Channel 4 in Buffalo, New York. Lauren, and just quick thoughts on that little clip. I thought it was great.
Yes, Chelsea was on our team for a year, and she did such a great job with that clip. Her whole team, I think there were 3 of them that were working on it. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. No, she did a great job kind of capturing what it is like to be on our team. And I like that it showcased the getting ready all the way through prepping to be on the field and performing at that game. Oh, there was something on there. Oh, the Tucker Out Lymphoma. I love that we're able to even during game days, be able to give back in some capacity with that. We also do a few sales that help with the youth lacrosse programs too during the season. And then they also allow us to include dancers from Danceability to come out and perform with us each season. And that's an organization in the community that provides opportunities for those with special needs to be able to go take dance class in a setting of people who are all in their same boat. So there's classes for them of all kids who are in wheelchairs and adults that are in wheelchairs. And they're a wonderful studio. So we're glad that we can bring them out on the field with us each season.
How do you go about selecting the music that the Bandettes will use on their dance routines over the season? And do any of the members have a say in the music?
Yes, absolutely. For me, I just keep listening to music all the time. And if I hear a song I like, I personally listen to Spotify. So I'll save it to a playlist on Spotify that's just Bandette ideas. That's the name of my playlist. And then if it's a Bandette that is choreographing the routine, I allow them to choose their song, but I have them send it to me first because they do sound different, as Chelsea mentioned in that clip. In the arena. So sometimes it might be a wonderful song, but it's better fit for a stage in a theater setting than it is for an arena setting. So there is a little back and forth with that. But we really try to keep the fans and the atmosphere in mind when we pick our music.
Put you on the spot here. What's your favorite song to dance to and for the Bandettes?
It kind of changes each year. I do love a good feel good jazz song like "We Da Baby I'm a Star" by Prince this year. I've been wanting to use that for years. I love a good kind of Latin-y feel too, where you can shake your hips a little bit more. But I love a good hard-hitting hip hop too. We did Not Like Us with Rax this year. It was a remix of the Kendrick Lamar song, and that was kind of fun because we charged the bench for the opponents during it. and they all have such a different feel. So I guess it depends on how I'm feeling. I will say in that clip too, it was really fun. I think it's worth mentioning that one of the dances that was highlighted that season was Everybody Dance Now, which is a great song. But that routine in particular ended up going viral that year. So that was really exciting to see the Bandettes be seen all over the world, and the numbers just keep going up and up and up in social media, and people are still commenting on it. So that was a really fun nod and ode to the Bandettes for all of their hard work and the testament that the whole world was able to see it then too.
As we wrap up this show, Lauren, what's a fun fact about yourself and the Buffalo Bandettes that the fans might not know about?
Well, my new fun fact is that, well, hopefully we haven't gotten the third ring yet, but I could say that I have championship rings, which I never thought I'd be able to say before. So thank you to Scott Loeffler for including us on that, and the organization for including us. But another fun fact about myself, I already told you I wrote a book. I have won amateur photography contests in the community, so that's kind of cool.
What makes a good photographer?
I am still learning and I'm still growing with that too, but I think just a piece that makes you stop and look at it and makes you think versus just a picture. I could take a picture of a flower, but if I angle it in the right way, it makes it a little bit more interesting to see. Yeah, I would say that's kind of a fun fact.
And finally, this is a new segment on my show as we wrap it up. It's called Ask the Host CDP, a question segment. Do you have a question for me?
Sure. How about what have you learned in this process and journey of your over 500 shows?
I've learned when I first started this, Lauren, I scripted everything and I had some guests on, Eric Smith from the Raptors, Chuck Swirsky from the Bulls. I reached out to guys who I never thought would come on my show. John Murphy from the Bills when he was doing the Bills games. They all came on my show and I was amazed. But they also gave me some advice too. When I first started this, I was nervous. I had everything scripted and I got some advice about it's okay to write points and notes down, but learn how to have conversations with your guests, natural conversations. Like the way I'm talking to you now, Lauren, is the way I'd be talking to you if we were at the arena, and it makes for better conversations. Talking's important, but listening is probably as important, if not more, because sometimes guests can answer your questions that you've already prepared. So listening is huge, and learning to think on my feet. I've had guests at the last minute, they weren't able to come on or something's happened with their Wi-Fi. So I've had to learn to think on my feet as well. And what I love about media radio is the storytelling aspect, the learning, and also I want to continue to improve every show. So I'm hoping now I've done a little better job than I did even a year ago or 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think you're doing a great job, and I completely agree. I used to work, actually, here's, I guess, a fun fact. I used to work at a newspaper, so I'd have to interview people every day, sometimes a few a day, and I can relate in saying that having that more natural conversation, letting it flow feels so much better than the stress of, oh, you answered this question already. Now what do I say? So you've come a very long way. I feel like I've come a long way. So good for us.
A fun fact about me is when I was younger in elementary school, high school, even college, I was shy. I did not like public speaking, being in front of people. And now when I do this show, I love being in front of a camera. Or when I come to the KeyBank Center, I can talk to anyone. You can be the owner of the team or you can be working in the kitchen. I've learned now to be able to talk and communicate with everybody.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I did think of one better fun fact for me, better than the photography one. This year, I was able to be part of 2 Hallmark Christmas movies as an extra. So I don't even know if I'll be seen, but I'm really excited to be watching both of those. They're supposed to be in the upcoming Christmas lineup. So fingers crossed you can see me on that too.
How did that come about?
Casting Buffalo is a casting agency in the area that has been able to share different opportunities to be in films or commercials or different projects. And I just saw the casting hall and I applied. So the one is a Bills themed Christmas movie. That one I'm probably not going to be seeing. I'm in the stands. but I was kind of close to the stars, so it was fun hearing them say their lines. And then the other one, I was a barista at a coffee shop in that movie. So maybe you'll see me serving coffee.
That is awesome, Lauren. And as we wrap up this show, where can my audience again follow you and the Buffalo Bandettes on social media and a website? And do you have a YouTube channel as well?
We have a page on the Bandits website. So if you go to bandits.com, I believe it's under Fan Zone is the drop down. And then you can see Buffalo Bandettes. We do need to update it a little bit with our summer programming still. And then we're on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. And then we as a team don't have a YouTube, but I have one that I share the videos of the team on. So if you just search, actually it's my maiden name, Lauren Kirschmeyer, or just search Buffalo Bandettes, you should be able to see them.
Well, Lauren, I want to say thank you so much. And I want to give a shout out to Chris Swanson, Ellie Brady, and everybody that does the game night presentation, the Bandettes. They all do a great job, and it's the product on the court is great, but the in-game presentation that the Buffalo Bandits do, I swear to God, I've been to NHL games, and you guys have one of the best environments in all pro sports.
Well, thank you. And yeah, Chris is wonderful. He's been in that position for such a long time, and I can't imagine Banditland without his announcing. And Allie is so fantastic, and she's a huge support of us too. Very kind and very, very great with the fan engagement, being out in the crowd, and that whole team that coordinates us on where we need to be and who's doing what and what's happening when, down to the minute and to the second. They do such a fantastic job. And I, again, just say it's such a great organization to work for, and I'm proud to be part of it.
Absolutely. And Lauren, I want to say thank you so much for giving us more than 30 minutes today. I apologize. And
You're fine.
Continued success with the Buffalo Bandettes and the Buffalo Bandits. And I look forward to coming back next season at some point. I really love lacrosse. I think it's a great sport, and you guys do a great job. And give me a little bit of time this afternoon, and I will send you the video, the audio, and some reels and clips, and I will tag you and the dance team in. And maybe one day you guys can come down to a Toronto Argonauts game at BMO Field. I should put you in touch with their dance coordinator. Her name's Latoya, and she's been with them for 10 years, and she's just a super nice person like you and so passionate about dancing.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, it's always nice meeting other people in the industry. Absolutely. And I look forward to seeing you again soon in Banditland.
Definitely, Lauren. Thank you so much, and have a great afternoon and enjoy your swim. And make sure you give your dog Romeo a dog treat pet for me too.
Oh, I will for sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lauren.
Take care.
You too. All right, guys, that concludes season 11, episode 7, overall 557 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Want to say thank you to my guest today, Lauren Harvey. She's the program coordinator for the Buffalo Bandettes, and she's also a former member of the Bandettes as well. So I want to say thank you so much to Lauren for coming on here. And if you've never been to a Buffalo Bandits game or a National Lacrosse League game, I would highly recommend going to one next year. You can check out the league's website at NLL.com. That's NLL.com to learn more about the league. Or if you're interested in going to a Buffalo Bandits game next year at the KeyBank Center, go to bandits.com for more information. And the Bandits next year are going to be trying to be the first National Lacrosse League team to four-peat. And I believe the last pro sports team to win 4 straight championships was the 1980 to 1983 New York Islanders, who won 4 straight Stanley Cups. So we'll see what happens next year with the Buffalo Bandits, but great organization, and the Bandettes and everyone behind the scenes, they all work hard, and they're all one team, and that's why the Buffalo Bandits and the Bandettes are a very successful organization and dance team as well. Before we wrap up our show, guys, I have another announcement to make. And if I can get my graphic to work, technology. The next Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, again, brought to you by BarryCollin.com, is going to be Wednesday, July 9th at 4 p.m. Eastern with my special guest, Dana McBride, an actress, writer, and director out of North Carolina. So Wednesday, July 9th at 4 o'clock with Dana McBride. As for the Argo Bounce podcast show, a weekly show devoted to the CFL's Toronto Argonauts with myself and Nick Small, we are on a bye week next week. So the following week, Nick and me will be back for episode 5, and we're going to break down the Argos' latest loss, 51-38 last night to the Hamilton Tiger Cats at BMO Field. And I want to give a shout out to my friend Latoya, who is the dance coordinator for the Argos A team. They do a really great job entertaining the fans at BMO Field and engaging with the fan base of the Toronto Argonauts as well. So shout out to Latoya and the Argos A team as well. And before we wrap up this show, guys, summer event drive going on at Barry Cullen Chevrolet right now. A 2025 Equinox LT all-wheel drive midnight edition lease from 218 biweekly. That's like 109 weekly at 4.9% financing for 24 months with $5,600 down payment on an ultra low kilometer lease. More details at barrycullen.com or drop by the dealership again, 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph-Animal. And please check out my TikTok and my Instagram stories. I did a little voiceover for Barry Cullen Chevrolet yesterday with a 2025 Corvette E-Ray, very beautiful color car, Riptide Blue. Check it out. It's at the dealership at barrycullenchevrolet.com. As we wrap up this show, guys, if you'd like a personalized video message from yours truly, CDP, go to cameo.com, type in Chris Palme, and I'd be happy to do a personalized video message. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, graduations, pep talk, or if you'd like to talk sports or ask me questions about my media work and some of my favorite interviews, check me out on cameo.com/Chris Palme and book your cameo today. You can now follow me on Blue Sky Social, which is like what Twitter used to be, at Live with CDP19 on Blue Sky Social. And as we wrap up the show, guys, again, you can follow the Buffalo Bandettes on social media, on Instagram, Linktree, on bandettes.com/the Buffalo Bandettes. They're a part of the bandits.com website. And you can also follow the Buffalo Bandettes on facebook.com. Type in Bandettes as well. And they're also on TikTok too. You can follow the Buffalo Bandettes on TikTok at Buffalo Bandettes Official. And you can email Lauren and the team at the Buffalo Bandits, Bandettes with a capital B at bandits.com. That's Bandettes with a capital B at bandits.com if you want to reach Lauren or any of the squad members as well. As we wrap up the show, guys, if you're looking to adopt a pet, check out the Cambridge and District Humane Society at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. Telephone number 519-623-7722, extension 0, or their website at cambridgehumanesociety.org. And also, please remember when you're walking your dogs today or letting them outside, it is going to be 40 Celsius with the humidity. So please make sure you have lots of water for your dogs and you don't keep them out there too long as well. And if you're looking to volunteer at the Cambridge District Humane Society, like I do twice a week as a dog walker, I will be going there this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Go to cambridgehumanesociety.org, click on the volunteer application, and start the process right away. And they do a wonderful job with getting our furry friends adopted into good homes. All the profiles of the animals up for adoption are on cambridgehumanesociety.org. They're also looking for cat litter, bedding, some towels and sheets, gift cards to Dollarama. And if you're also able to donate dog food and cat food, once a week, the Cambridge District Humane Society has a pet emergency fund for people in the Cambridge area who are struggling with the high cost of food. So if you're able to donate pet food, dog food, cat food, please drop by the Cambridge District Humane Society, 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge. If you're in the Cambridge, Kitchener, Waterloo, Guelph area, it's right across from the Cambridge Centre Mall. So please try to consider helping out the Cambridge District Humane Society as well with food donations, bedding, cat litter, or even a cash donation as well. As we wrap up the show, Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Twitch, LinkedIn, and now available on Instagram. And please remember to hit follow and subscribe. You can also check out my website, beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme. Finally, Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show again is sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Automall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles. Their great selection of all-electric vehicles or Cadillac vehicles. Call 519-824-0210, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. Yes, I am a content creator on TikTok. You can follow me on TikTok at Chris Palme, and please check out my latest content on TikTok. And let's get CDP to 1,000 followers. I'm hoping to get back to 1,000, so please look me up on TikTok at Chris Palme. Hit the follow notification. StreamYard is the official live stream provider of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. If you're into webinars or podcasting, check out StreamYard.com. They have basic free plans. They have paid professional plans like I do. And if you're a business that does a lot of webinars or live streaming, StreamYard.com, and contact their sales department for pricing for businesses as well. And I've been with StreamYard for over 4 years in counting, and I highly recommend them if you're looking to do live streaming talk shows, podcasts, webinars, etc. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. The audio version is on these platforms: iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify for podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, LinkedIn, Pandora, Tuned In, YouTube Music, and Good Pods. And please remember to subscribe and hit the follow notification. Finally, guys, you can email the show Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show at cpalme19@gmail.com. Any comments, questions, suggestions, feedback would be greatly appreciated. And if you'd like to tip the host and support my YouTube channel and my talk show, I would greatly appreciate it. I am on PayPal, cpalme19@gmail.com. Again, that's cpalme19@gmail.com if you'd like to tip the host or support my YouTube channel through PayPal. Finally, guys, you can follow me on Facebook, Threads, Twitter X, Instagram. Consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Chris Palme Live with CDP Talk Show. I'm on LinkedIn, Threads again, and Blue Sky. I'm on everywhere except for Snapchat as well. And I got a comment here before we go. Robbie Schneider, who has his own podcast show, Go Bills, Go Bandits. Great show as always, Chris. Go Bandits. Thank you, Robbie, for watching. And guys, Robbie Schneider has his own podcast show in Buffalo called the 716 Sports Blizzard Podcast. He does it occasionally. He has some really good guests. So please check out Robbie Schneider. And thank you, Robbie, for supporting my show and your friendship as well. And finally, again, the next Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, again, brought to you by barrycullen.com. Wednesday, July 9th at 4 p.m. with my special guest, Dana McBride, her first appearance, an actress, writer, director out of North Carolina. And the Argo Bounce podcast show next week will be on a bye week, just like the Toronto Argonauts. The Argonauts are now off until July 17th when they hit the road to take on the Montreal Alouettes. And the Argos are coming off a 51-38 loss to the very improved Hamilton Tiger Cats last night at BMO Field. So the Argo Bounce podcast show will return just before the July 17th game at Montreal with Nick Small and myself. And the Small Talk podcast with Marlene Sharp and myself, a monthly entertainment podcast show, will return in July. Marlene, my co-host, is working on a special guest, and we will let you know who the guest is and what day and what time. And the Small Talk podcast and the Argo Bounce podcast and the Small Talk podcast are available on the same platforms as Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. Speaking of advertising, if you're a business out there that's looking to advertise on a well-known talk show like Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, I have listeners in 45 countries around the world, and I'm going on 500,000 views on my YouTube channel. please email me at cpome19@gmail.com or DM me on social media. I'd be happy to work with you in your business and advertising here on Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. So anyone out there that has a business looking to advertise, please give me an email or a DM on my social media pages, and look forward to hearing from you. And before we wrap up tonight, guys, we have CFL action tonight, BC and Montreal at 7 o'clock. I have Montreal winning this game. And then Sunday night, CFL football action, Ottawa and Edmonton. Ottawa's looking for their second win of the season, and the Edmonton Elks, who are winless, are looking for their first win. 7 o'clock tomorrow as well. And Major League Baseball, we've got the Detroit Tigers in Cleveland tonight at 7:10. Tigers are coming off a 2-1 win last night in Cleveland. And as for the Toronto Blue Jays, the local team around here, Blue Jays just won their 6th straight game last night, winning 4-3 in 10 innings over the Los Angeles Angels. Blue Jays are back in action today, trying for their 7th straight win, taking on the Angels at the Rogers Center at 3:07 on Sportsnet or Sportsnet 590. And the Blue Jays right now have a 2-game lead over the New York Yankees in the American League East. And a lot of credit to the Blue Jays roster. And also I want to give credit to Casey Candell and the Buffalo Bisons organization for helping develop a lot of these guys that are up with the Blue Jays as well. And I have one more comment before we wrap up. And Robbie Schneider has a good question here. Are those CFL games on TV in the States on CBS Sports Network? Yes, Robbie. If you have the CBS Sports Network in the United States, you should be able to catch both tonight's game with I think it's BC at Montreal at 7 o'clock, and then the Sunday game at 7 is Ottawa and Edmonton. Yeah, so for those people that are watching this show in the States, CBS Sports Network is your best option for watching CFL games over across the border. And that is about it, guys. Again, I want to say thank you to Lauren Harvey, the program coordinator for the Buffalo Bandettes, the dance team of the National Cross League World Champion Buffalo Bandits, for coming on here today. And I want to say thank you to everyone watching this live stream and on my audio platforms as well, and to Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership here in Guelph, who has been a main sponsor of my talk show for the last 3 years, and they have great customer service there as well. I hope everybody has a great afternoon, rest of the weekend, and we'll see you back here next Wednesday, July 9th at 4 o'clock for another edition of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show with my special guest, Dana McBride.